So now in this video we are going to do a second approach to posing our character. And it's worth mentioning that anytime you're going to post your character, you need to have a character that is UV'd so that you're not then trying to do UVs with a character in a pose. UV in a character in a pose becomes much more difficult, and you are not aware of how much distortion your geometry will have. So I have my character here ready to be posed when he already has all his UVs done. So in this case, we're going to just simply create a skeleton and try to do the best we can to position the character. You can work on it partially, or you can work on it on the whole character. So you know, in a case of a character like this one, probably what I would just do is I would just create a whole skeleton. Let me just go on X-ray here. I'm gonna go under my rigging menu set, and I'm gonna just use my joint tool, and I'm gonna start creating a chain of joints from what the root of this character is going to be the center of the hip, and I was gonna go back up, trying to maintain a reasonable distance for each one of those components, and I'm gonna do another one from here back to do the tail. The more joints you create, the more deformation you can provide, but at the same time, more work you're gonna have to do to pose it. In this case, I have these two segments there. Let me just try to use this one as the side view. There we go. And then I'm just simply going to create a connection between this one and that one, pressing my P key. That way, that's my root. Let me change my joint size so it's a little bit smaller, 0.4. That's a bit more of what I want. And I'm gonna create joints for those legs. So I'm gonna create a joint chain that's gonna start at the center of that hip, and then another one right at the transition of the knee there, another one on the ankle, another one on the wrist. I'm gonna end right there. Of course, that one, if you look at it from the front view, is not aligned with the character. So I'm just going to try to get this one to put it where it belongs, and it's in that view. Let me change temporarily this one to the perspective view so that I can look at it. And one thing that you want to do is to move your joints. You do not want to rotate them. You just move them. So the key element that you want to maintain the rotation value of your joints at 0. We're not doing a full rig on this character. We're just creating a skeleton to deform it. But still, it's a good practice to do it in this manner. So you move your joints the best you can. If you need to look at your wireframe and shade it, because you need to understand where the rotation is going to be, I think it's worth doing that. Remember, joints are going to be deforming that geometry, so you want to make sure you have enough geometry for that wrist to bend, and so on. So notice that I'm doing just the left side of the character, not doing any other side. Then I'm going to create a joint system for the hand. Let me just do it from the front view here. So I'm just going to create quickly. Let's see. It's gonna have to be actually from both sides. Let me create work from the front and the side view here just to see how I can do this. I'm just gonna start by creating each finger individually. So I'm just going to create one here, there, and there, and hit enter. And of course, I'm gonna move them to where they need to go. Let me change my display settings one more time because they are still too thick. So I'm gonna say 2.1. That's easier. And I'm gonna just move these guys where they need to go. There we go. and that seems to be okay. I'm going to duplicate that, move it to the other side, move it here, duplicate it. I just did Control D to duplicate the chain of joints. Okay, let's see, that is good for now. And then I'm going to duplicate that one again and bring it into the middle to have that there. And that finger from the front view, of course, the front view is not, I'm using my arrow keys to go up and down the chain. The front view is not giving me all the information that I need because this one needs to be matching a different position for the joints. Okay. There we go. And now I'm going to create a center joint in the middle of that hand and make sure they place in the right location. And I'm just going to go and place it right there. And then I'm going to make all these guys be a child of that by pressing my P key. Pressing P is the same as if you're saying parent. So you got select the child first, the parent second, and then you got the joint for that. I am going to use that. Let's see. Probably is not worth the time to duplicate a hand. So I'm gonna use disconnect these two right now. Press P. That way I have a whole chain on my leg all the way up. All right. Let me just do exactly the same thing for that arm. So very quickly, I'm gonna go and create from the shoulder to the elbow to the wrist. There we go. And then I'm just gonna go and create one for the one finger. 1, 2, 3, 4 roughly. Hit enter. I'm gonna grab my tool and move it to where it needs to go. There. You analyze very carefully where your creature needs to be bending those joints. So you really need to know what that is, and then you try to grab and position it for the other finger. Very close there, and then I'm gonna just go and duplicate that one to make the bigger finger there. Seems that location is not the right one. Let me just go back up, push it out here, go down with my arrow key. I'm gonna just push it down because I think the bending point for that finger is somewhere there, roughly. Go down, and then I'll just push it there to that bending point there, and the last one just push it down a tiny bit more. Alright, and let me just make sure they fit on the center view. Alright, now we just need to create a middle joint right there for that palm, and then just put it right there because usually it comes to the center of the world. So I'm gonna just go and grab it and move it to where it needs to go, right there. So this guy becomes a child of that one. P, and P. I'm not too worried about the other finger. If I was, I probably would have to create a joint for that one too. I'm not going to do it right now, just trying to get it fast for us to get it down here. So I'm going to just do connect. I'll make sure that the arm is fixed in the front view. I haven't fixed that. So let me just get that one. Remember, you're not rotating joints, you're just moving them. That makes sense to me. I'm gonna just grab this guy and that guy and paint it. Alright, so I got those. So I have those two there, and they are gonna connect to the respective part on that spine. But before I do that, I want to mirror them to the other side so I don't have to be doing the same thing over and over on both sides. So let me just change this one to the front view to do it. I'm going to just go and select the two here, and I'm going to use the mirror tool under my rigging tools. I'm going to say skeleton. I'm going to go to mirror joins, and here it is. And we're going to say we're going to mirror across the Z and the Y axis. So we're going to say across the Z and the Y axis, and I'm just going to simply say I'll just apply that. You see what it does? Oh, it doesn't like to do both at the same time, I guess. So let me just do one at a time. So this one, Z and Y, apply, there it is. You just did that one. I'm going to do the other now. Z and Y, there it is. And just double check that they match perfectly on the other side. They should, because we mirror the character. So it should be, if not, you can just go back and move them a little bit to match it and make it fit as much as possible. Let me just turn on my X-ray just to see the joints are not picking out. There are some here that actually did not work even from the very beginning, so let me just move them manually. I missed those when I was fixing them there. Alright, okay, so we are good to go now. So we just need to just connect those two. Let me just hide my geometry for a moment and connect those to the specific joints. So in this case, that one goes to that one, P, that one goes to that one, P, and this one goes to, I imagine, the root, P, and this one goes to the root, P. There we go. So we have a skeleton. It took us a little bit, but pretty good for us to ready to bind and pose our character. So let's just try that in the next video.